Welcome back to 60 Minutes to Lose on the Sega Genesis, the show where we see how far we can get in a game in 60 minutes. Today's episode is Super Hang On, developed and published by Sega. Oh, there it is. There it is. So far, quiet. Not much going on in the menu screen, but, we'll hit new game. Let's try arcade mode first here. Select your class. Better do beginner first. Beginner mode in Africa. Ooh. Let's see what the best music here is. It doesn't give you any time to pick. Okay, never mind. We're going on. Alright! So we've played Hang On for the Sega Master System. There we go. I had to figure out what the acceleration button was. And it was an okay game. But of course, a little held back by the fact that it was an 8-bit system. It's going to happen a little bit when you're trying to do a 3D racer. They don't work best on inferior hardware. So, this will be the moment of truth. Is Super Hang On better than regular Hang On the Master System? It's almost fated to be certain. Ooh, that was close. We were cutting it real close there. I like how we do have some kind of emulated or simulated hills here. Gives some nice, There we go, checkpoint, very good, and it extends our play. Oh shoot! Don't get off the road there. Everything will ruin you if that's the case. But yes, the hills, they give you a nice sense of variance in what you're doing, even if it's purely superficial. And we don't want to squeal for too long, or else I believe you will eventually fall off, if I'm remembering from the Master System version correctly. And this might even be a direct sequel and not just a port titled Super. I'm not 110% sure. Nor am I 98% sure. So far, though, we do be riding. Good. No blind turns. That's fortunate for me. Extend that play a little bit further here. See how much further we can get in this stage. It's stage 1, so it shouldn't. It shouldn't be difficult to beat. Oh no, we're in stage 3 now. So that's it. Every checkpoint actually brings you to a new, completely different stage. I did not realize that. Oh, there's our first wipeout. Okay. So yes, we did beat stage 1 and it was incredibly easy, but now we have this. Now, of course, like many racing games from the time, you're not actually racing against the other bikers. You are racing against the time, which can sometimes be an even crueler mistress than racing against actual competitors. Now, there is the argument, of course, that if you are racing the clock, then you're going... That was bad. I tried to avoid the other biker and therefore hit the tree, and we're gonna get wrecked. We're gonna run out of time. You don't want to wipe out at all. But yes, there's the argument that racing the time is no different, because if you are slow when you're racing against people, then you're gonna get screwed anyway. I don't know. Either way. We'll try it again. We'll do Sprinter. I probably spent like half the episode in arcade, half of it in original mode, just to get an idea of what both of them are about here. Okay, I think button A is brake. Button C might be nothing. So may want to utilize that brake on particularly sharp turns. This is a good track right here. Music track, by the way. It is, of course, kind of difficult to differentiate racing tracks on 16-bit systems. And 8-bit systems, for that matter, just because, you have not nearly as much detail to work with as you do in, say, a fully 3D-capable system, where it's like, hey, you see the entire track more or less. You have landmarks on either side of the track. It's a different experience for sure. This is more so just try to fly by the seat of your pants. Like, I'm sure there are people out there who have put enough hours in to hang on to where they have memorized all the curvature of each stage and all that, know exactly where to turn, but it's not going to come to you as naturally as, say, doing a few laps in Spa in Gran Turismo. And I wouldn't expect it to. Alright. Please let me pass. Thank you. We do pass. Extends our play yet again. We got a little close for comfort with one of the other drivers. We were brushing up against him a few times. The stage 3 is where I got lambasted last time here. So I want to try to play it a little more gently, or at least more careful, you know. Get to the point where we can make it through that checkpoint. Don't fly into the trees on the side of the road. Easier said than done, though. I think I need to keep it ingrained in my head that the trees are scarier than the drivers under most circumstances. Tap the brakes there just to stay alive. We're cutting it real close, though. 2, 1. Oh my god, we made it. Now, I don't know if that'll even give me enough time to survive this time, but we did get further. And that's pretty much always what I hope to do in a second run of a game, is just do better. Just do incrementally better, you know? Don't have to wow the entire council here. Just survive. And impress yourself. If you impress yourself, you've done your job. Oh, oh shoot! I got lost in the sauce there. That's most definitely gonna screw us. No chance we make the checkpoint after that. It really is the kind of game where if you wipe out once, it's your entire attempt down the toilet. Alright, well, this is the beginner course. Not beaten. But while I'm here, let me try some of the other courses as well, just to get a taste, see if they're wildly different here. Let's do the junior stage here in Asia. Winning Run. That was a heck of a sound. They all get a much better release than you every single time because they're better than you. That's why it's called Hang On, because if you don't hang on to your motorcycle, you're screwed. Very clever, right? It's certainly different. We get different environments, which is excellent. Now, I said that, you know, more modernized racing games will have superior landmarks, but that doesn't mean that the environments are all completely the same in these 16-bit ones. You get different backgrounds, different roadside hazards, and all that. They put in their best effort to try to give each area its own little bit of spice, as it were. Oh, dude, incredibly easy first stage, but that's what you expect. This is sharp. Don't fall off. There we go. Wow! I feel like that shouldn't make sense physically. Like, that should have been like a full... a full roundabout, pretty much, right there. Oh! That was my bad. I had plenty of time to react to that one and get out of the way, and I just opted not to. Understandable. And as expected, that's going to be a no checkpoint run. You wipe out once, you're done, you know? That's the rules. Let's give the junior course another shot, though. Put on the hard road music. That's one thing I always liked that Sega did, was give you multiple choices for music. It doesn't get too old. And if you really love one track, you can just pick it every single time. That's the level of polish that you like to see in a game like this, you know? The kind of feature that is in no way mandatory, but adding it just adds that extra little mwah to the final product. Motorcycle sprites are nice enough, I suppose. I mean, you only kind of see them from the very back, so not going to be a ton of difficulties in trying that sprite out, I would imagine. But I don't know. I'm not an artist. I've tried some drawing exercises here and there, and I just immediately get frustrated. I'm just not built for it, you know? They say anybody can learn to draw, and it's like, that's true, but you also gotta want to learn. And while I would love to be able to, I don't necessarily know if I enjoy the learning process of drawing. Which, oh, come on. You may then say, oh, well then you'll never know how to draw. And I would say, yeah, that's what that means. That's true. No one knows that better than me. My God. Now, much like with the original Hang On, the Master System, there are certainly moments where the curvature of the road doesn't make as much sense to my brain as it could. And I find myself getting roasted. One. Oh, checkpoint wasn't even in sight. We came real close, though. You can tell from the upper left-hand corner, but no. That wipeout screws you up, man. On that note here, just because I want to show as much of the game as I can, let's check the senior stage in the Americas. Go back to Outride A Crisis. That's a good jam right there. Oh, there we go. We got the street lights, we got the skyline. This is indeed America. No other continent has street lights, you know. I really do like racing games, though. Like, out of all the sports-adjacent genres, racing's up there. Racing games, golf games, football games. My great three in sports. The rest of them, I either don't understand them enough or I just don't ever have fun with them. But, you know, all of those things can change. One day, we'll find the godly tennis game that has me say I love tennis now. One day we'll find a baseball game that clicks with me and I'll say it's the best. Oh wait, that already happened. Great baseball. See? Anything's possible. Volleyball is the big question. I mean, I own Dead or Alive Extreme 3 because I'm a degenerate, but you know, that's arcadey beach volleyball. There's a difference. Like the Marlboro, the kind of off-brand Marlboro on the side. Yeah, Moro Bear. I had to pause it so I could read that. Moro Bear cigarettes. Cute. Okay, we saw this same environment in Asia, but it makes sense. They say that the Americas are one of the most biome diverse. Well, even just North America is one of the most biome-rich areas of the world. You have deserts, and the only deserts with natively growing cactuses, may I add. You've got swamp and bayou. You've got Arctic regions. Your fair share of deciduous forests. plains, canyons. Say what you may about anything else, North America does have a very wide amount of natural beauty to it. If you're into that kind of thing, you know. Now, I just got shoved off the road a little bit, so I was gonna say, yeah, I should be able to make the checkpoint just fine. That is the case. They told me this was harder than Junior. I don't like being lied to, game. There is a little bit of weight to your bike as well, like you don't start turning until like slightly after you press the button, and it makes the whole thing feel just a little bit heavy. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that yet, unless that's just input lag, but I doubt it would be because I haven't had to deal with that in any other games. So it doesn't make sense that that would be the case here. Okay, snow-covered mountaintops. Yeah, America's got those. The Rocky Mountains, baby. Don't listen to the Appalachian, folks. The Appalachian Mountains do not count. I'm gatekeeping your mountains. Deal with it. I got no horse in this race either. I don't live in either region. I live in Minnesota, where we got farmland and forests, and that's about it. The only thing we don't really have in North America, and maybe I'm wrong, actually Mexico may have this. Does Mexico have jungles? I'm pretty sure they do, and if, yeah, Mexico does have jungles, meaning that, yeah, we pretty much tick every box. Deal with it every other continent. I mean, Europe's got some beautiful regions too, no doubt, but they don't got deserts. Wow, am I really not going fast enough to make it? No, I made it! Barely! Wow. See, this is where it gets hard. Even if you technically survive and make it, you have to go really fast in each segment or else you won't even have enough time to make it to the next checkpoint. So, you can't really afford to be careful, but if you're not careful, you'll just do that. Well, there goes America. But we did make it all the way to stage 6, which is kind of nice. Look at that score there. The rate in which you gain points in Hang On is hilarious to me. It's just a constant ticking upwards. Yeah, that's how you take those corners. The skybox changed, so if we hadn't crashed, we definitely would have made it. Look at that, though. 8 million points. That's not too bad. Beat all the pre-built scores, you know. With that, let's try Expert, because I feel like that was a decent run in the senior stage. Again, I just want to see all of them. Sprinter, man, sprinter. Alright, there's the Eiffel Tower. So canonically, this course starts in France. Unless that's Tokyo Tower, but that would be real weird, that being in Asia and not Europe. Tokyo Tower and the Eiffel Tower do share some decent visual similarities. Eiffel Tower is more of a lifeless hunk of metal, though, perhaps. There's less color to it, you know? I always find it funny how many Parisians hate the Eiffel Tower. They're like, ah, it's so ugly. Get it out of here. I'm sure there are people who take pride in it as well, but I've heard so many sentiments online of people being like, I hate that thing. I thought for sure that I was crashing right into the side of the checkpoint and that I would have just died, but no, we made it fine. We phased through it. No hitbox on the side. Maybe there is, and I just was like a pixel away from hitting it. Uncertain. Insufficient data. I don't like that slowdown. This green rider, he's no Moomin rider, we'll tell you that. He's no hero. Oh yes, I did just watch One Punch Man. How did you know? Well, Season 1. I'm starting Season 2. I've watched the first episode of Season 2, and everybody who's been like, oh, it sucks because the animation is so much worse. I'm like, okay, it's not, like, as incredible, but it's still fine. What are all you talking about? Like, this is... The animation is perfectly okay here. I'm gonna take the game's word for it and trust that there are palm trees in Europe. Actually, I'm sure there are. Maybe in that, like Monaco area. I probably don't know as much about Europe as I would like to pretend that I do. So my question now is, if you get other riders behind you, do they despawn entirely, or can they come back with a vengeance? Because I feel like I got really slow after passing those other guys, but they didn't show up again. So I'm hoping that once you pass them, they're just gone forever, and you don't have to deal with them anymore. Easy. Wasn't a problem. Oh, God. I can't imagine trying to beat these stages all together. That would be very difficult. Like a life goal kind of thing. Beat Super Hang-On. I almost called it Super Monaco GP. It's not the same game. That game will show up on the Genesis, a version very different from the Master System version. But not yet. Not yet. Keep your eye on the prize. Right now it's Hang-On. I wonder what the arcade version was like. Did it get like a 6 set of handlebars like Paperboy or something? I'm not sure. You know, I have... went too slow. Didn't make it. I have like no decent arcade memories besides the same ones I share every time I play an arcade game. It's like, yeah, Contra. Pizza Place. You've heard it before. That's the expert course. That is hard. You do gotta go fast. Let's try the beginner course a couple more times, though. If I could beat the beginner course, I would feel pretty good. Oh, that harsh sound again. That's gotta be a sound card quirk. Sound chip, rather, not sound card. You think these things had dedicated sound cards in them? Don't make me laugh, son! Anyway, time to apply what we've learned from the harder courses to execute well in the beginner course. I'm just taking the music. Just take it in. It's a jam, man. Maybe it's a good thing that every now and then I do shut up and run out of things to say, because it gives you the opportunity to just hear the game's natural soundscapes, you know? Taking the sound effects, taking the music. Just relax a little. Is there someone who does, like, conversions of, like, Super Nintendo and Genesis soundtracks to the opposing console's sound chip? Because that could be interesting. Where you're like, how do these themes hold up on the competition's sound chips? Like, do they improve it? Do they make it worse? How do the compositions do? I'm sure that would take a lot of work to do that, but you could get some views. It's like that guy who recreated all those songs on a bunch of floppy drives. Or was it hard drives? I can't remember. I think it was hard drives, actually. But it's the same general concept, you know? Either way, it's ridiculous. Oh ho ho! You tried to run me off into that tree, but I said no. I refused. Don't... Oh my... Come on! That was nasty of him there. Well... Failed yet again. In Africa. Game very over. Let's try some original mode. Oh ho ho! Look at this! This is where things are gonna get interesting, I'm guessing here. Mia Ferraru. I'm really fast. That's my rival. I'm a mechanic. I'm a sponsor. If it's money, let me know. Alright. Clearly can't get any parts or anything like that. Because I have no money. What does my mechanic have to say? Okay. Okay. Well, we race against Mia then. Hard road. That's the one we're on. Just a nice 2-stage race. Should be simple. I can already feel we don't quite have the beef that we did in arcade mode, I don't believe. Oh. Should be simple, I said. And then that happens. Now, notice there's no timer. You may actually be racing the competitor. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. Or maybe it's just a time trial thing where you have to set a certain time. But yes, we are... Whew. We're kind of on a little shitbox right now. It's not handling very well. Its acceleration is poor. You gotta build your bike up, you know? Oh my god. Like, look at that. Oh! It's hard just staying on the road with this thing. Come on, baby. Come on, boo-boo. I don't foresee us getting a great result after this race is over. Foresee us potentially taking a bit of damage as well, thanks to our falling off the bike escapades. See, like, you can see how long I'm holding down the D-pad and how long it takes for the bike to turn. Brake heavy, or else you're gonna run into the toucan. We haven't even made it through Sector 1 yet. Or Stage 1, whatever else you want to call it. We're finally seeing some other riders again. It's a good sign. Oof. Not the greatest lap time, to be certain. This is where we crashed the first time, wasn't it? I remember the non-spark plugs. Or is it Nox spark plugs? I don't know. And look at the acceleration, just abysmal. You gotta take it even slower than you think around those corners, is what I'm finding out. Just as long as you're driving this hunk of garbage that we call a motorcycle. But we did confirm that you can be passed again because a bunch of drivers whipped right past me. After that horrendous crash. Oh my god, get off the desert! Get off the sand, man! Easier said than done. Maybe I should have talked to my sponsor before this race, been like, yo, can I get a part? Could I get like an engine maybe? Because right now I'm just Flintstoning a chassis across the ground. This is all manual right now. I'm not talking transmission. This slow bicycle. I'm not even gonna call it a motorcycle. No, as of right now, it's a bicycle. We're pedaling. Granted, we are pedaling at almost 300 kilometers a mile, an hour. I mean, goal! You didn't do it, right? What? They lost? I win? How? Oh, my rival's lap was even worse. I see. Okay, parts. Better change the frame, he says. I don't have money to change the frame, man. However, the muffler can be changed here. Oops, I did that wrong. Hold on. Parts. My god. Regular, manual. I want to know what manual is. Okay, so he wants me to replace the frame, which I cannot do, unfortunately, because I don't have the money. Actually, I have just enough money. There we go. We've replaced the frame at the expense of not having any... Can I race her again? We've done it at the expense of not having any money for upgrades. But if I can win this race again, get some more money, and this time not wipe out and take damage... potentially that's an option. So I'm just gonna do this race again. I know, not the most exciting thing, but trust me here. I'm feeling the game out. Give me one moment though. My eye is giving me issues. I'm gonna pause the recording and be right back. I think we're okay. You ever get that where your eye starts stinging and it don't stop stinging? Then you're just like crying, like ah! It's the opposite of what I wanted. That's bad. I gotta remember, the spark plug signs. Take those real slow, because they'll kill you. Remember that for the second lap. Either way, I've learned you can fall off your bike twice and still come out ahead in this race. Because your rival is a joke. Like, you can take the whole race pretty dang leisurely, honestly. Perhaps we do just want to worry about not falling off. Hopefully that doesn't do, like, major wear to our tires as well. Getting off track. I could see where it possibly could, but I'm not sure how much depth they put into the damage system in this game, or if it's just you crashed, damage a random component. Because we crashed twice in the last race, and we had 2 damaged components coming out of it. Maybe if you take too much damage, you explode. Wouldn't that be exciting? Don't hit the toucans, thank you. Go slower than you think you need to. Your rival, I assure you, will be slower. It's just keep your head in the game, man. Yep, good. Beating the rival right now. You want to keep that up. And remember, spark plug signs. Oh! I was hitting the brakes and everything! Holy shit, you are not safe from these signs. You gotta slow down the second you see any bit of yellow on the horizon on the side of the road. That's what I've learned. Well, okay. I don't love that. I'm gonna see those signs in my sleep. Man. In other gaming news, I'm just a couple chapters away from finally beating the very first Fire Emblem, which I've never done despite having put hours and hours and hours into the game throughout my life. I've just never seen it through to the end. That ends soon. And I also, after beating Gears of War 2, started Gears of War 3, and gotta say, very impressed so far. Real fun narrative. Oh, your muffler fell off! Oh no! He warned me to get that thing replaced. Is that gonna, like, impede my top speed? Very likely. Probably, maybe. Wow, well. That's not very good, I would say. So yeah, avoid contact with anything is the rule of this game. This punishes accidents big time, for sure. But yes, Gears of War 3, very neat so far. Look forward to playing more of it and enjoy how it's giving you multiple perspectives of what's going on throughout the campaign. The second that I realized that was what the game was doing in the first chapter, I was like, that's cool. I hope it carries this gimmick on until the end. Well, we still won. Got $1,200 more dollars. Okay. What's the mechanic gotta say? He says, okay. Parts. Better change the frame, he says. You better change the engine. The brake gotta be changed. Muffler's gotta be changed. Okay, well. Hold on. Let's replace the muffler. And the engine. And then we can't change anything else. However, what we can do is get some manual oil. Maybe that'll be better. We'll see. So if we hit end, okay, so it's a password. All right. Oh, I see. Well, I should have written that password down as it is. I just lost all my progress. That's goofy. So how many times do we have to race? Do we have to beat our rival then? That's fine. We start again. You think I'm worried about that? A little setback like that? And see, I thought end meant proceed to the next rival. But no. It's very apparent to me that you have to beat this rival a couple times. Which is good, because it keeps the difficulty curve intact here. This time, I really just need to try to take it easy and not crash so I can afford some actual upgrades instead of wasting all my money on fixing broken parts. See? I saw the spark plug signs. I knew what to do. Slow way, way down. It's a treacherous corner. And this actually is lap-based, I can tell. Because that spark plug signs, those are consistent from the beginning of Stage 1 and Stage 2. So there you go, original mode. It's not just a big long rally. It is indeed circuit racing, kind of. Oh, goodness. The only other gaming news I have, still can't stop playing RuneScape. Every time I'm not doing something else. I'm trying to be very, very conscious in that I'm not just spending all my time playing that, because it's kind of a sunk cost, if we're being real. But for my downtime where I'm just like in between things or not doing much of anything, I'm like, yeah, sure. Put a little time on a RuneScape. It is easy to make fun of that game because of the reputation they had for being the game that all the kids who didn't have any money played. They all played the free-to-play version. Almost ran into those toucans, by the way. That would have made me feel dumb. But honestly, for what it is, it's remarkably well made. You want a game where it's like, yeah, I just want to grind out some skills. As I can think of very few games better suited to that. If you want to sit around and do some archaeology for a while, go for it, man. You want to do some mining? The world's your oyster. Look at these fools going so fast on their probably superior motorcycles. It's a jam, man. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just focusing on staying on my bike here. I don't want to talk about RuneScape for, 18 straight minutes now. Could, but I'll spare you all from that kind of hell. Kind of thing where when somebody speaks at length about something you have no interest in, it can get a little overbearing, which, I mean, when I put out an hour of content every single day and I'm just left to my own devices, I'm sure it's going to wind up happening. Talk about metal music often enough. Good chance people don't care about that either, but hey, it's what comes to mind half the time. So far, very clean race. Haven't bumped into anything. So if we have any damage that we need to fix, I'm gonna feel betrayed and upset. And I'll be like, yo, I was nursing my bike as if it were a baby. Don't tell me I need to fix anything. Okay. No, smart move from them to include original mode as well as arcade mode. Like, yeah, it's the same general game, but you put some more window dressing on a different mode. That's good stuff. Okay, the pharmacy is continuing to support me. We have won by a wide margin. Parts. Everything's in top condition, just as I had planned. If I do it again... Well, hold on now. I'll get a small, maybe radial tire upgrade. Come on. We'll see if that does anything for me. And then we'll race again. Am I on winning run? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Now we have $800 in the bank. If we get $1,200 again, we should be at 3,000 after winning this race. Hey, we have much. I can already notice we have better turning after buying the radial tires. Like, immediately. I'm noticing that as a big difference. I'm still going to play it safe, though, because I can. The rival is still hilariously slow. And I don't want to crash into anything. Don't want to take any damage. That's the entire purpose of this first rival, probably, is to just get some decent parts on your bike so you stand a chance later on in life. I'm going pretty fast right now, thanks to the improved handling, but I don't know, that kind of has me worried in a way. Be worried that I'll get a little overconfident. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling better handling-wise. We'll see what my final lap times are, and we'll see how much it has actually helped in terms of moving fast. A little worried there, but no need to be worried unless you actually fall off the bike. You know? I've ever mentioned how much I love video games. I really do. Even if it's Super Outrun from 1989, just can't help but have a blast. Oh, was cutting it awful close there. Again, overconfidence. But actually, it was perfect confidence because I made it through without crashing. So, fight me. Original mode, it does involve a little bit of grinding. I'll give you that. If you enjoy a more dynamic experience where things are constantly changing, I don't know. And I'm also afraid that hitting that biker may have damaged something, which I really hope not, because that can set you back. You don't make a lot of money as it is. You're a woefully underpaid racer. That's what you get for having a pharmacy sponsor you, though, right? Like, how much money do they really have? What are they going to be pulling in for you? Maybe it's a bigger thing in Japan. I doubt it, though. Get past them. So I would hate to have to fight them on a big left turn like this. Beautiful. Alright, we're very, very close to the finish line here, and then we will see if we indeed need to repair damage or not after a couple tiny little bumps with another racer. If that's the case, then I know you gotta be even more careful than I had initially thought. Great lap times, though. Yeah, that was better. That took some seconds off there. Okay, parts. Everything's in top condition. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we can get the double cradle. We can get the double OHC engine. Dude, look how expensive the twin turbo is. Insane. They really do expect you to play this game forever, huh? Let's try the DOHC engine normal. Now, I've run into issues in the past with older racing games where if you put in an engine that's too fast and the rest of your components are not up to snuff, it can screw you. It's a chance I'm willing to take. Race again. Hard road. Our acceleration still seems fairly piss poor. It is better, I believe. And we got this initial turn here, and then another turn here, and then you immediately have to worry about the spark plug sign. So just slow right on down there. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. We are hitting higher top speeds, that is for certain. Don't fall off. Hang on, is what they might say. And now, it's like I said earlier, like in the video, you put enough time into it, you can eventually start to notice patterns in the tracks. This being a circuit-based experience in original mode, that's already happening. I'm not fully on it, but I am like, hey, I think I know generally kind of where I am and generally what's coming up next. It doesn't even take that long. Just do the same race a few times and eventually things will start ticking. No! Oh, terrible time for me to say something like that, clearly. Okay, that's gonna be damage for sure. The damage system, that's a brutal addition to original mode, man. That can really mess you up. Money is so sparse as it is, at least on this first rival. I'm assuming probably have to beat them like 3 times before you move on to the next rival. Either way, we will certainly beat them. You have to almost try to not beat them for that to happen. It's not particularly indicative of my overall performance, by the way, there. Gotta factor in that crash will take several seconds off the top end. So I don't know what speeds I'm capable of doing, what times I'm capable of with this double engine. Just play it a little more careful, man. Your sponsors don't have a lot of money to give you, so remember, this car is your actual child. Your actual human child, and sure, it does not eat paste. Pass these bastards. One might call them pastards. I pray that my frame isn't damaged, because that's a very expensive part. It probably will be. It's alright, just keep it down to 1 crash, and you'll be alright. Presumably, hopefully, maybe. I'm risking a lot on just assumptions here. Oh my god, did you see that? Was able to break enough to avoid another close call with a brick wall. A brick wall being a toucan sign, by the way. I wanted to pause and see what it said. Rude. Even with that nudge, that's a better lap time than before. The upgrades do it, man! They help ya! Okay, parts. Nothing got damaged! Oh, that's incredible. Give me manual oil? Sorry, give me manual oil. The mechanic... I can upgrade my mechanic. I see. Mickey Way. What does that do? I have enough money, so I'll do it. Maybe, does she, like, prevent things from being damaged more? I'm not sure. Do I have to keep racing the same rival? I can't find a way to change the rival. I can't select sponsor. But do you have to beat them like 5 times? I don't know. I'm sorry it's the same race over and over. I was unsure of what to expect from original mode here. But I definitely still feel like it was well worth my time in checking it out regardless. I can see it being quite addictive if you're just trying to get through it and actually beat it, you know, not just show it off for half an hour or something like that. There's a lot of depth to it, actually. A lot of things to consider when playing it. When do you spend your money? When do you save your money? When do you race hard? When do you race safe? Just a couple conundrums you may run into when playing original mode. I just don't know how to change rivals. I have to assume it's based on how many times you beat them. And that's the game's way of making sure you don't get like soft locked on a hard rival that you have no chance of beating and can't make money on. Unless you make a little bit of money when losing, too? Is this like a Gran Turismo deal where sometimes you just get stuck and can't win and just have to grind up money? I'm not sure. What I might even do, since it's the end of the video, pretty much, and I'm not going to be able to get another race in after this, in all likelihood, I might even just like chill and intentionally throw the race, just to see if you still get paid, because I'm curious. Like, that'll answer that question for me. And then I'm sure, you know, there exists an instruction manual that just says these things outright, probably, but... Come on. Who do you think I am? Nope, that's the first checkpoint. We're fine there. No, you can get a lot of mileage out of this game, though. I mean, arcade mode alone can keep you busy for a while trying to beat those stages. Like, that's hard stuff. You get into original mode, and it's like an RPG, man. A car-PG. Actually, such a thing does exist. I've heard of it before. And it's not an original thought. It just snuck into the recesses of my mind from wherever else I got it. Just take the music in, man. After the second set of toucan signs, you want to basically come to a dead stop. A little more. Now, I'm going to come to a dead stop and let the time run a little bit here. I can't quite come to a dead stop, actually. Oh no. Even going at minimum speed, I might beat my rival. Therefore, being unable... Actually, hold on. I can slow this down a little bit more here. I want to give them ample time to beat me, because I want to see if I still get paid for losing. Your frame is broken! Retire! $400 can pay off. Which is funny, because it literally can't pay it off. Oh, that's funny. Wait, then what happens if I try to race again? Okay, so my mechanic must fix the frame just enough for me to be able to race again, but okay. So that... Accident, your frame is broken. Oh, you just have to keep taking losses over and over. I see, okay, but yes, you do still get paid for a loss, putting you in, like I assumed, a kind of Gran Turismo-esque grind where you gotta get enough money to get parts to get you out of a jam. Okay. That was what I wanted to know. That's time, though. That's all we can do with that game. I'm impressed by it. I legitimately am. It's got a lot of depth. It's, for the most part, fun to play. You may find the occasional track section that gets you frustrated, but for the most part, it's very well done. So, well done, Super Hang On. I am impressed. I'm going to put you way up here. That's a fairly illustrious position to be in. Good job. Okay, well, I expected nothing less from an in-house Sega racer, you know? Next item on the agenda for the Sega Genesis, however, is a third-party developed game. We've seen one, and only one. That was Thunder Force 2, but this time we have a completely different shoot-'em-up, a game I have played before. I'm vaguely familiar with it. Truxton. I remember it being a fairly fun game, so hopefully my memory serves correct here, as we will play an hour of Truxton when next we meet on the Sega Genesis. Until then, though, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.